Let's check them. Take out 1. 2 is Aventino, Mr. Kyle Yates. 3, Alvino, Richard Burton. 4 is Arctic Times, Damien Murphy. 5 is Buckby Lane, Polly Gundry. 6, Christy Beamish is Josh Guerriero. 7, Encore Cadudal is Tina Jackson. 8, Eskimo Jack is Rand Morgan. Down to Fiore, David Thomas. Holy Joe is Jackie Coward. Jacksonville, Vicky Simpson. Katarino, Sam Whaley-Cohen. 13 is Muramana, Freya Hartley. Scots Grey, Jamie Snowden. Sonevafushi is Oliver Greenall. Vistat and T'other, Nick Schofield. 17 is Viscount Banks, Hannah Watson. 18 is Where Now, Nina Carberry. 19 Watenzo, Coleman Sweeney. And 20, You Know What, Caroline Woods. So 19 runners for the John Smith's Foxhunters chase over 2 miles, 5.5 furlongs.
Well, always a popular race over the national fences, and this, that and t'other from Paul Nicholls' has been put in 100 to 30 favourites. The one for money this morning, though, has been Christy Beamish, 12 to 1, 10 to 1, hammered into 6 to 1. He's now a 13 to 2 shot on the track, along with Katarino. 8 to 1, Alvino, and Where Now from Ireland. It's 10 to 1, Sonevafushi. 12 to 1, Buckby Lane. Scots Grey's absolutely gone on a drift like the Kontiki. Opened 8 to 1 this morning, out to 14 to 1. Arctic Time 16 to 1. And Watenzo 25, but a special mention should be for Paddy Power today. For this race, a quarter of the odds, the first 4 places, even though it's not a handicap, and your money back if your horse falls. Well done, Paddy Power.
Well, the horses behind me getting their paddock sheets taken off, and the jockey's about to get their legs up. That's Christy Beamish, Josh Guerriero.
Well, isn't that a great shot? You know, the people go on about retiring horses. He's pricking his ears, he's looking around, he said, hey, this is all right, give me some more.
Yeah, great to be back for him.
Now, they're all ears pricked, they're intelligent, they're not at all worried. There's not a sweaty horse amongst those, but a lot of them do have age on their side, do they not?
Yep, Katarina and then Nina Carberry on the inside. That's probably where she want to be jumping it.
Yeah, Nina Carberry's in the yellow hat there on the right of the picture. If we just go slightly to the right, we'll catch Nina. We're actually looking at Arctic Times now. But we do have Hannah Watson has come off, and she's just remounted, and that's off Viscount Banks. Rosemary Gasson trains and owns this one. He's got a bit to find on his previous form, but also, look, head high, cross noseband, a grackle, sweating. Oh, you'd be slightly worried.
Mightn't be the sort of horse I'd want to be lining up in this race now.
No, if we can find Nina Carberry again, she's on the 18 horse, the yellow cap, the red body, and there she is in the middle of the picture. Now, this horse was 3rd in the race last year, but do you know, Nina Carberry, the greatest compliment she's been paid by JP McManus's trainer in Ireland is that she's only a pound behind the best of the men.
This is it. She's a great horsewoman, and I think, you know, really you've seen her go around the cross-country course at Cheltenham, and it just shows how good she is.
The Carl Casey colours those. Let's see the market, see if there's anything happening.
Well, the favourite still remains this, that and t'other from the Paul Nicholls yard. He's a 3 to 1 shot, but there has been serious money for Christy Beamish. Chronicle bookmakers have just laid a 20,000 to 120,000 that horse. He's now been knocked into 6 to 1. 13 to 2 Katarino, 8 to 1 Alvino along with Where Now, 11 to 1 Sonevafushi, and 12 to 1 Buckby Lane. One horse being back from 50s into 33s is Holy Joe from the Venetia Williams yard.
And other than the sheer spectacle of this race and the enjoyment factor, the other interesting thing, Norman, is going to be the new starting system. They're going to try and get them to line up well behind the starting
Yeah, that's
pace.
a great shot of it, Claire. You see the orange pole, the far side, well, there's a line across the track, and the starter will be on this near side, but the actual tape for starting is in them 2 white poles in front of that, so they won't actually get to the tape. So, you know, we've seen it before, horses getting their heads over the tape, and it's also now at a 45-degree angle. When it goes up, it goes away from the horses, hoping it won't get stuck in anything's nose. But this is a new thing. They have tried it once before, a couple of years ago, to keep the horses back from the start, but the actual starter is back from the starting tape this year, and let's hope it works well.
Here's another one with a definite chance. Christy Beamish, a 6 to 1 shot. Josh Guerriero riding this one. He's a horse who's finished 2nd to Katarino here 2 years ago. Last time he ran over these fences, and although he had a fall to runs ago. He has won since then on point to point.
Yeah, he has, Claire, and he's got a chance. He also looks well in the paddock. He's a fine big horse, and you wouldn't mind riding him over these fences. But as you said, ran well here a couple of years ago and certainly got a chance. I think the lads were mentioning Nina Carberry on Where Now. I think at 8-1 he's an outstanding chance. Where Now, he looks super.
You also notice that there she is going through. She's riding a little bit longer than she normally does. Survival is the order of the day here. Now this horse, Alvino, I think has got a chance. Richard Burton, last year's winning jockey, he won it on Scots Grey. This year he switched to Alvino, and that is a message in itself. The horse is 8-1.
Yeah, he won a Wincanton last time, and usually jumps very soundly. And as you said, Richard Burton, he's got a proper man on his back. And
he's got a good neck there as well, and you want that out in front of you. If the horse is going to peck on landing, you want to make sure there's a lot of neck for you to land on as it comes back up again.
Down the grass.
Let's have a look at Buckby Lane. Polly Gundry, another jockey in this race who's won it before a few years ago. She's got good experience around these fences, very good point-to-point jockey as well. And Buckby Lane's got a shout. Got a cross noseband on there just to help her hold the horse, but they look like they're trotting around, they're getting ready, and very soon they're going to be making the short run to the first fence. Richard explained how this course differs from the Grand National course, and one of the major differences in the Grand National, you've got a run of 3 furlongs to the first. In this race you've probably only got half of it.
Yeah, and this first fence, Claire, is tricky. There's quite a big drop on the outside of it, and certainly I'd like to be on the inner. Jim, they're getting ready to go.
That's it, they're off and running in the Foxhunters, and one of the first away is Where Now, up there in company with Arctic Times as they come to the first of 18. In third is Scots Grey. The leaders all got over it well. In fact, they're all over as they come now towards the second. And on the far side, Arctic Times with the green cap. Up there is the grey Scots Grey. Holly Joe in the centre, followed then by Where Now as they got over that well. Further back is Eskimo Jack. Katarino takes up a prominent position. Buckby Lane the near side. Further back in the field then is Sonevafushi, followed by Viscount Bounce, and further back in the field is Fiore. As they come now to the chair, the biggest and most ferocious jump on the course, and there's a couple of fallers there. Jacksonville's gone, and so too is Encore Cadudal. They're the two who have gone at the chair. Coming to the water now, 3 in line. Holy Joe shows out in the centre from Scots Grey and Arctic Times. Then back in fourth place is Sonevafushi from Buckby Lane. Where Now is next from Katarino, then Viscount Banks. Further back is Christy Beamish. Eskimo Jack behind them from Watenzo, this, that and t'other. Followed by Adventino Fiore, then Muramana, who's well back in the field from Alvino. And back towards the rear at last is You Know What. Racing out now towards the Melling Road. Holy Joe, and also on the inside, the green cap of Arctic Times. They clear of Scots Grey as they cross the Melling Road. We join Ian Bartlett.
So heading down to number 5, Holy Joe from Arctic Time, Scots Grey, Buckby Lane, Katarino, Viscount Banks, this, that and t'others right on the outside of the track in the red and white silks as they come over number 5. At the back of the field, Alvino is a little way behind the main group of runners, and also You Know What is well behind as Holy Joe comes now to number 6 with Arctic Time, Sonevafushi, Scots Grey and Katarino in company with him. A mistake towards the outside by Muramana as they come down to the open ditch now. Holy Joe, Arctic Time, Sonevafushi, Katarino, Scots Grey, Buckby Lane, Christy Beamish, Viscount Banks and Watenzo. This, that, and other was next from Where Now. Then Eskimo Jack, and behind that is Adventino, followed by Muramana, Alvino, Fiore, who's made several mistakes on the way round, is last but one as they get over the next plain fence there. And Buckby Lane is the one who went at that as they head now down towards the one before Beecher's Brook. We join Tony O'Hare.
And Katarino is up there now with Holy Joe. Arctic Times prominent on the inside. Scots Grey, last year's winner, is next in. Christy Beamish, Sonevafushi not far behind them with Viscount Banks, and they're followed by Watenzo as they come to Beecher's Brook. Katarino and Samuel Cohen in the lead from Holy Joe. Then Arctic Times down the inside. Scots Grey is in fourth. Katarino over from Holy Joe. And we've lost Viscount Banks at Beecher's, and another faller back in the field there was Muramana as they come on to the Foynaven. It's Katarino in front from Holy Joe. Arctic Times the inside. Scots Grey for Sonevafushi. Mistake by Watenzo. Then Eskimo Jack and Christy Beamish, followed by This, That and T'other. Then Where Now, who's dropped back there, followed by Adventino. And behind Adventino is Fiore with Alvino next. And You Know What a long way behind as Katarino takes them over the canal turn. Leaders all safely over. and heading towards Valentine's Brook now. Katarino in front from Holy Joe, Arctic Times on the inside, Sonevafushi in 4. Behind these is Scots Grey, and then comes Tenzo, Eskimo Jack as we join Darren Owen.
It is Katarino who's being chased by Holy Joe, Arctic Times, Sonevafushi, a few lengths to Scots Grey, Christy, Beamish, Eskimo Jack is on the wide outside as they jump the 5th last, and Scots Grey has gone. Last year's winner is out of the race, so they run towards the open ditch, 4 from home. Katarino, Holy Joe within the mix, Sonevafushi just in behind them, Christy, Beamish, they jump the final major test in the race. Katarino narrowly to Holy Joe, Sonevafushi, then Christy, Beamish, Arctic Times is being rowed along, Eskimo Jack in the blue, red and white colours, then with Tenzo just in behind these comes Where Now, several lengths to this, that and other, who's getting outpaced with Tenzo blundered badly there, as did Where Now. So the leader as they run towards the Melling Road with 2 fences to jump is Katarino, who's looking for his 3rd win in this race. Holy Joe holds every chance. Christy, Beamish is banging contention to the outside. Then the dark sleeves of Sonevafushi. On the extreme left comes Where Now. Just in behind these with Tenzo, then this, that and other, Eskimo Jack and Arctic Times. And this little group are clear of the others. We rejoin Jim McGrath.
Well, Katarino, who won this race in 2005 and 2006, he's looking to make it a 3rd win here, and he's gamely battling on the inside for Sam Whaley-Cohen. In 2nd place is Holy Joe. On the near side is Christy Beamish coming there with the blue armlets, followed by Sonevafushi in behind them, and they've kicked away now from this, that and t'other. As they come up towards the 2nd last, Christy Beamish on the near side jumps it well, jumps into a narrow lead, but Katarino is not done with, fighting back on the far side, a length and a half in front of Holy Joe, Sonevafushi, as they come up now towards the last in the Foxhunters. It's Christy Beamish who rises first on the near side, gets over at a half length in front of Katarino. They're 5 lengths in front then of Holy Joe as they race towards the elbow now. They're drifting very wide. It's Katarino, Sam Whaley-Cohen drawing level again with Christy Beamish. Christy Beamish fighting back ahead in front. Christy Beamish as they come up now with 100 yards left to go. Christy Beamish on the outside, punched out by Josh Guerriero, is now starting to draw clear, and it's a big win in the Foxhunters for Christy Beamish and Josh Guerriero as he comes up to win it by 4 or 5 lengths. Katarino has hobbled across the line in 2nd. In 3rd then Holy Joe. 4th is Sonevafushi. A gap then to this, that and t'other, followed by Eskimo Jack, and behind them is Where Now, Arctic Times with Tenzo, then a gap to Fiore, and a long gap then to the other stragglers. You know what is one of them, Alvino is another, and then the grey Adventino, and they are the only finishers. So the winner of the John Smith's Foxhunters Chase for 2008 is number 6, Christy Beamish, ridden by Mr. Josh Guerriero. 2nd is 12, Katarino, Mr. Sam Whaley-Cohen. 3rd is number 10, Holy Joe, Miss Jackie Coward, and 4th is number 15, Sonevafushi, Mr. Ollie Greenall. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, and Christy Beamish has run out the winner for trainer Paul Jones and for Mr. Josh Guerriero, the winning rider. Here's Rishi with the winning rider.
Josh Guerriero, your best moment ever?
I think so, yeah. It's got to be amazing.
Tell us about from the elbow to the home straight and that battle with Katarino.
Well, he's jumped the last brilliant, and I thought Katarino might do me for a bit of toe, but in all fairness, this he's got guts and he's just out-battled him all the way to the line.
What about his jumping around these fences?
He jumped absolutely brilliant, apart from Beaches Brook. He made a horrific mistake. I don't know how he stood up, but to recover from that's pretty good.
Josh, has been a tremendous season for you, and what a way to cap it.
Oh yeah, amazing. Couldn't be happier.
Congratulations.
Well, as Josh saying, he survived a terrible mistake at Beaches Brook, came to the last banging contention. Katarino had given Sam Whaley-Cohen the most wonderful ride around these fences again, got into a lovely rhythm, but he hasn't run for a very long time, and the only time it showed was on this long run from the last to the line. He's put up a marvellous performance, the 2nd horse, 13 years old now, but he has been done just in this well, it's a long run, Richard, from the last to the line. You know what it feels like.
It's a very, very long run, and I thought Sam having the rail there might just help him to get Katarino back up, but Christy Beamish just a couple of years younger, Katarino 13, and it's made all the difference of not having a run.
And don't you think that amateur riders generally have really improved in their technique and their style? These two look like pros.
That's it. I'm not taking anything away from Marcus Armitage, but in the days of the sort of the early 90s, how much these amateur riders have really come on. And, just watching Sam Ryan there over those fences, giving Katarino a splendid ride.
But the moment belongs to this man, Josh Guerrero. A wonderful moment for him and for Christy Beamish. They take the John Smith's Foxhunters.
Yes, Christy Beamish, Mr. Josh Guerrero. Richard mentioning Marcus Armitage, who of course these days is a racing correspondent for the Daily Telegraph. Marcus not here this week. He's not been well. He's been in hospital. He just came out last night. And it was it's pleasing to know he's home, but he won't be here this week. But here's Christy Beamish. We wish him well, Marcus. Christy Beamish, Mr. Josh Guerrero. This is his 14th winner, Josh. He's a man who did extremely well in the point-to-point field. He rode winners too for Philip Hobbs. And he's had a very good grounding, and it's a progression for many of these young riders. Some of them go the pony racing route and then into point-to-points and then into racing under rules as an amateur, and then some of them turn professional. It is a gradual progression. As you can see, Sam Whaley Cohen, they're conceding some way out of, let's say, Katarino, who's been off for a long time. It's been a fantastic training performance to bring him back today.